How you doing, guys? Today I'm just gonna do a little video on how to protect your wealth, because predicting that there's gonna be an economical recession, economical crash. So this video's I'm gonna give you some tips on how to protect your wealth, because I think there's gonna be a massive crash in the financial markets. The reasons why is because the US is just printing so much money out of thin air. It's just unsustainable. You know, the whole society is based off a debt-based economy, and there's no value which is actually provided. There's no value which is actually provided, and they just keep printing money out of thin air, what they call QE, quantitative easing. So basically, money, when you think about it, it's actually worthless besides the perceived value that we actually give it. You see what I mean? See, money, the 70s, President Nixon, he took it off the gold standard. Because back in the day, our money used to actually be backed up by silver, by precious metals. It was actually backed up by silver. Essentially, it was a silver certificate. Like if you had $1 US bill, you could actually go to the bank and you could convert it into silver. So there was actually a tangibility behind it. But now that system is long gone. It's been about 40 years or whatnot, or 50 years since we've been off the gold standard. They could just keep printing the shit out of thin air, and that's the problem, because no real value is actually provided. No real value is provided, you know, and they can just manipulate the system all they want, you know. So basically, we need to protect ourselves. We need to have our wealth out of the system, and there are numerous ways that we can do that. The first investment hedge, you can call it, is we can use gold or silver to protect our wealth, against inflation. Beautiful thing about gold and silver is physical. There's actually a tangibility behind it. There's industrial use for it. They can't bullshit it. Essentially, they can't bullshit gold and silver unless it's fake. But regardless, it's actually a store of value. It's nothing new with gold and silver. I mean, it's been around for bloody centuries. So we can actually have our percentage of our net worth in gold and silver, and that's, you can buy as much gold and silver you want. It's up to you. I would say, personally, maybe 2 or 3% of your personal net worth in gold or silver, but that's subjective. Some guys go all into gold and silver. They go full in, But I say, maybe, even every month, if you buy, a couple $100 worth of silver or gold, at least when the market crashes, at least you're not going to be left behind. At least you'll be protected. See, think of it this way: gold and silver is like an insurance policy against the dying dollar. View it from that standpoint. Okay, that's the most simplest way that I can put it. I mean, personally, I recommend everybody have a certain percentage of gold and silver in their portfolio. Maybe 10%, 5%, as a hedge against inflation. You know, protect yourself from the dying dollar. Even Ray Dalio, the famous billionaire investor behind the, what's the bloody fund called? I can't remember. The Bridgewater Fund, I think it is. Bridgewater Capital Fund. He even he recommends to have gold in your portfolio. And this is a guy with a net worth of 12 billion US dollars. I think if he's telling you to go into it, I think it's seriously worth considering. And now that Warren Buffett, he did an acquisition into gold as well. And Warren Buffett, he hates gold. They bash gold and silver all the time. And if they're telling you to get into it, I mean, that's seriously something. You know what I mean? Anyway, gold and silver, it's off the system. Nobody's gonna know that you hold it. You know, there's many ways to store it. Your gold and silver. You can, you know, store it in your house. I recommend having it in a safe location. You know, if you're gonna store it in your house, make sure you have a good quality safe bolted to the wall. You know, and try not to tell the whole world about your precious metals holding. You know, just keep it quiet. You know, keep your mouth shut. Yeah, happy days. Yeah, keep your mouth shut. You know, nobody needs to know about it. At least people who know about it, the better. You know, just protect yourself. Another way that you can hold your gold and silver is a vault. They actually have like a vault that you can hire in different jurisdictions in different countries, i.e. Republic of Singapore, Switzerland, just to name a few countries. You can actually store your metals in their vault. You know, and you get, it doesn't get any more secure than that. You know, that's where the wealthy store their assets, or their hard assets, whether cash or gold or whatever. You know, that's one of the safest ways. Also, other ways to some places where you buy gold and silver, they actually have a so say the gold and silver shop, they actually have a vault that you can store your precious metals in there for X amount of days. Like for example, the place that I go to, they actually have a vault there, so you can actually store it there for 28 days. And after 28 days, I think you have to pay money for it to actually have to store your stuff in the vault. Or you just have to collect it physically, you know, like, and then bring it home with you. Yeah, that's the problem with having it in the vault. I mean, you're paying fees. You see, you're paying bloody management fees, if you want to call it. I mean, fair enough. If you got a massive holding, you know, sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just something to keep in mind. That's all I'm saying. You know, if it's a small amount, you know, you can justify holding it in your at home. It's not an issue. Other ways you can have exposure to gold and silver. You can buy it physically. You can buy gold and silver certificates, although I don't really recommend it. Some cryptocurrencies actually have exposure to gold and silver. It's kind of a new thing. So basically, it's like a security token which tracks the performance of gold and silver. It's actually it's a security token, so it's backed up by gold and silver. It's backed up by actual physical, tangible asset. And cryptocurrency is great because it's off the system once again. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Other ways you can have exposure to the stock market. Not stock market, the gold and silver. you can invest via the stock market. The stock market, you can buy gold shares. You can buy like trusts which have actual tangible gold inside it. Although I'm a bit reluctant on that. I don't really recommend it. I still think physical gold and silver is the safest option. But you know, if you can justify buying it on the stock market, by all means. Another way is what they have gold miners. So you're not really investing in the actual metal itself. You are investing in the company that produces the gold and silver, that's actually mining the gold and silver. So not only do you get exposure to gold and silver, but you also have exposure to the business. So see, with gold miners, there's quite a high element of risk involved, but there's also a lot of upside, you know, a lot of upside. So you will have that upside if the business is able to mine a lot of precious metals, you know. And also some of them pay out dividends, so you can actually get a bit of cash flow from it, which I like. I do like that, but just tread cautiously, you know. Do your own due diligence when I'm investing in gold miner ETFs or gold mining stocks. You can also look at gold royalty companies or gold and silver royalty companies. So they actually invest the seed capital into the actual mining company. You see, and that can be quite a nice option as well. And their returns are, studies show that gold royalty companies, they actually perform better than the actual mining companies itself. And not only that, see, they invest not only just in one or two gold silver mines, they invest in multiple in different countries. They can be in bloody United States, it can be in Canada, Australia, Burma, or wherever they produce gold and silver. You can have exposure. You can actually minimize your risk because they're invested in so many different mine sites across the world. You see what I mean? Yeah, so anyway, I'll probably have to make a different video on gold mining ETFs and gold mining stocks, because it's a completely different thing, and it's a bit out of scope out of this video. I've kind of already pushed it out of whatever you want to call it. So the whole point of this video is to protect your wealth from the market crash. Okay, so what you've learned so far: have a look at investing in gold and silver. The second asset class that you can invest in is cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is great because it's out of the system. You know, there's there's no recording of it. It's off the books essentially. It's legal. You know, there's a level of anonymity. You know, it's anonymous. Although they say they can track Bitcoin, yeah, there's some truth to that. Yeah, they can, but there are ways that you can still hold your Bitcoins privately. You know, there are ways to do it. They do have what they call Bitcoin tumblers and stuff like that, which make it anonymous. You put it through the tumbler and the tumbler cleans it out, and then it sends it back to your address, and then you have to pay a small fee for using the Bitcoin tumbler. But it's anonymous. They can't track it. And the good thing also, the whole fundamentals of cryptocurrency, it's great because you're actually solving an issue. You're actually solving a problem. You know, because for Bitcoin to run, it needs the network. So you need to be a part of the network. So you'll be doing mining. Mining uses a real computing power. You see, the government can't manipulate it. I mean, they can try to, but that's not an awful lot they can do. You know, maybe I know there's the taxation issue with cryptocurrency, but man, fuck, they can't do shit. Really, they can't do shit. If you just keep your mouth shut, I think you should be alright. Really, you know. You don't have to tell the whole world about you know what you're doing. I mean, there's nothing illegal. You're just protecting your wealth. You just don't want the government to go and confiscate your gold, silver, or your cryptocurrency. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make. You see? Yeah, cryptocurrency. Have a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. And not only that, you can still get a bit of cash flow from cryptocurrency. You know, you can get 6.5% on your money on your crypto. You can't get that on cash. You can't get that on your regular savings account. You can't. You get maybe a pissy 0.1%, 0.1%, 10 basis points. Huh? What are you gonna do with that? Nothing. And then you gotta pay freaking tax on that shit. Oh man, pathetic. And they're leveraging your money, making how many percent? They're leveraging it, 9 or 10 times, alright? And they're giving you a measly 0.1%. Are you kidding me? And they got control over it. Your money that's in your bank account, okay? They got control over it, alright? You think you're in control of your money, but truly you're not. There's a thing called bail-in. Some countries have it where, if things turn to shit and they need capital for whatever reason, they can actually use your money and not even pay you back. So truly you don't have any control over your money. So another reason to get into crypto. And crypto is starting to go mainstream. So if you get in early, you can still make money on capital appreciation of the asset, or essentially the dying of the dollar. And also you can make money from the cash flow of it, because now that it's you're getting paid in crypto just from holding it. You can get 6.5% on your money, or 8% or whatever. So cryptocurrency is not essentially a lazy asset anymore. There's many types of cryptocurrencies which operate different ways. Maybe I'll say stick to the bigger coins, i.e. like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, maybe a bit of Dashcoin. Make sure there's some actual make sure they have a proof of work to it. Make sure it's not bullshit coin which has nothing to it. It has the cryptocurrency, it has to solve an issue, you see. Like for example, Ethereum, one of the biggest top 10 market cap cryptos, Ethereum, right? So Ethereum solves multiple issues. It has smart contracts, decentralized networks. There's so many elements to it. It provides value to people. So that's something to look at too. And people say, you need Bitcoin is 11 grand US. You don't have to buy the whole damn Bitcoin. Buy bits of it. Go and buy, $50 here or $20 there, you don't have to go and buy the whole Bitcoin. You can buy small parts of it. If Bitcoin goes up 10% and you buy, say you got half of a Bitcoin or 10% of a Bitcoin, you're still gonna make 10%. You just have a smaller share of it. You see? Maybe have a look at mining contracts, higher risk, but it's they do pay you out in cryptocurrency. I do like that. High risk and liquidity is an issue, but might be worth something to look at. But I definitely say go and buy some Bitcoin or buy some Ethereum, buy some Litecoin. Have it for your portfolio. Put maybe 2-3% of your net worth into it. You can put more if you want. Depends on how pessimistic you are, how fearful you are. I mean, there's risk in all financial assets. There's no such thing as no risk. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to teach you something to preserve your wealth for many years ahead. Because I'm so sick and tired of the fucking government manipulating everything for everyone. The world, capitalism I think its days are over. That's not really my opinion. That's Robert Kiyosaki's opinion. He says that capitalism is ending and socialism is starting to emerge in the United States. And to be honest, I think you can see that. You can see that in the bloody protests and all of that during COVID-19, which we all know is I think it's a load of bullshit. I think it's just propaganda, one of the biggest scams, just to set up by the ultra wealthy to reduce the world population. Think of COVID-19 as a wealth transfer from the poor and middle class to the ultra wealthy. Think of it that way. Think of it that way. I mean, during COVID, like on March, if you look at the S&P 500 stock market index, one of the biggest markets in the world, it went down what, 20%, 30% during COVID for that March. So I mean, nothing wrong having your money in the stock market. There's nothing wrong with it. By all means. I'm just saying, have a proportion of your wealth in gold and silver and cryptocurrency. That is the bottom line. That is the point that I'm trying to make of this video. I'm saying to protect your wealth, because I'm telling you, we haven't had a real crash for a long time. It's been last one was 2008, the GFC. Now it's what, 2020. So that is what, 12 years. Generally, they say they have a market crash every 10 years. Every 10 years they have a market crash. I think it's going to be more than a market crash. And also the US dollar, I think they're going to be devaluing it. Based on my research, and I spend many hours researching about all this stuff, so I can give you guys, good quality information. Yeah, you just have to stop being a consumer, and be a business owner. Stop falling for consumerization. Learn to have a slice of the action. Because this society, like United States, 70% of the economy, it's all bloody consumers. You see, they're too reliant on it. Stop buying shit that you don't need, think the bigger picture, like, some people, they won't do anything. That's the flat truth. They won't do anything. They won't do one goddamn thing. And then maybe there's a few of you which will actually try to protect your wealth, grow your wealth, because I'm telling you, this is an amazing opportunity. I know it sounds ridiculous and pathetic, but this market crash, this depression, I'm telling you, it's going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity to build some real wealth. Okay? I don't want you to get left behind. That is why I've created this video, and I'll be creating more videos. So if you need anything, any more information regarding finances, or anything finance or wealth related, feel free to send me a message on YouTube, or drop a message. I'll be more than happy to help you out, because I'm quite passionate about this type of stuff, and I don't want to see people get left behind. I'm trying to minimize the, what's the word? I'm trying to even out the playing field between the 1% and the 99%. I'm trying to give you as much knowledge as I possibly can. So, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Protect yourself. Live an abundant life. Don't fall prey for all that COVID-19 bullshit, because it's nothing but propaganda. Just, you don't have to be so fearful for it. See, there's another thing. See, when you're fearful, they can actually it's easier for them to control your mind. They can control you easier when you're in fear. I mean, look around, man. Like, the police, the military on the streets, people going to go and get some fucking McDonald's or some KFC, do some grocery shopping, okay? And they're getting pulled aside for doing something what a normal human does. Okay, every human has the right to go about and do his business. As long as it's not affecting anybody, it's nothing illegal. Okay, the guy just wants to get some food. The guy just wants to get some groceries. So why are they harassing these people? Just leave them alone. They have a right to go out. They've done nothing wrong. See what I mean? This whole COVID it's a cover up. I know it. I can see it, and I'm not the only one. It's just a setup by the ultra wealthy. Don't fall prey for it. Just be logical. Do your research. Don't live in fear. 29 minutes. Maybe I'll give it one more minute. Round it up to the nearest half hour. What do you say? I can go on and on and on about this stuff. I really love talking about it, but I guess the best thing we can do, you can't control what the government is doing, where the world is heading. You can't do anything about it. But you can protect. You can control what you do, and that is important. That's why I showed you some of that lovely content, on how to protect yourself, how to create some real wealth, have an abundant life, because I think I think everybody deserves to live an abundant life, you know. Don't be a slave to money, you know, working a job that you don't enjoy, you know. Anyway, it's 30 minutes. I'll create another video in the near future. If you guys need any more financial or wealth creation videos, let me know, and I'll be honored to teach it to you, and show you some knowledge. Okay, bye bye guys.